The Mongols were children of the wind. They lived where the earth met the sky, a land of silence, storms, and survival. There were no kings here, no walls, no gold, only the endless horizon. They rode, hunted, fought, and died under the same open sky. From this harsh world was born a man who would change history, Temujin, son of the wolf. Temujin knew hunger, betrayal, exile, but he also knew something his rivals did not: the power of unity. He gathered the scattered tribes, binding them not by blood, but by purpose. In 1206, he became Genghis Khan, universal ruler. The steppe that once divided became a single beating heart of conquest. To the Mongols, the horse was not a tool, it was life itself. They slept on it, fought from it, and died with it. Each warrior carried multiple mounts, riding for days without rest. Their speed was their weapon, their discipline their shield. Empires fell before they even saw the dust. The Mongols fought not with numbers, but with strategy. They feigned retreat, lured enemies into ambushes, and struck where least expected. Their intelligence networks spanned continents. Cities surrendered out of fear, not battle. They were not an army, they were a storm that learned to think. In less than 30 years, Genghis Khan's empire stretched from Korea to the Caspian Sea. No empire before or after spread so fast. They burned cities, toppled dynasties, and shattered kingdoms. The Silk Road ran red, but it also ran alive. Trade, ideas, and terror flowed together beneath the Mongol banner. Power without law is chaos. Genghis Khan understood this. He forged the Yasa, a code that bound even him. Loyalty above blood, merit above birth. The weak could rise, the strong could fall. In a world ruled by kings and gods, the Mongols built an empire ruled by discipline. Bukhara, Samarkand, Baghdad, names that once sang with culture and faith. When the Mongols arrived, those songs became screams. To defy the Khan was death. To surrender was survival. The cities burned for days, and from their ashes came silence. A silence so deep it still echoes through history. They destroyed cities yet built roads. They killed kings yet promoted tolerance. They burned libraries yet protected merchants. Under their rule, trade and technology flourished like never before. The Mongols were both destroyers and architects of the modern world. For the first time, one empire united East and West. The Silk Road became a living artery. Spices from India, silk from China, glass from Rome, and stories from everywhere. Genghis Khan didn't just conquer land, he conquered distance. He made the world smaller and more connected. When Genghis Khan died, he left no palace, no tomb, only an empire and a legend. His sons carried his storm across continents, and for a century, the world trembled beneath the Mongol horse. They were brutal beyond measure, yet their empire bound nations long after their deaths. Even destruction can leave structure. Kublai Khan, grandson of Genghis, turned conquest into civilization. He ruled from China, founding the Yuan dynasty. He welcomed scholars, traders, even Marco Polo. Yet his palace walls could not contain the spirit of the steppe. An empire born from the wild cannot live in marble. Empires built by conquest often die by peace. After Genghis's unity cracked, brothers fought brothers, generals became kings. The steppe storm faded into dust. But even broken, the Mongols reshaped the world, leaving behind trade, tolerance, and terror in equal measure. To Europe, the Mongols were not men, they were monsters. Tales spread of demons on horseback, of arrows that blotted out the sun. They were called the scourge of God. Yet even in fear, Europe learned to unite, to build fortifications, to modernize. Terror, it seemed, was the best teacher. The Mongols were free, no borders, no kings, no limits. They lived as the wind does, untamed, unpredictable, unstoppable. But freedom's price is isolation. When their empire fell, no land claimed them, no city mourned them. The storm passed, and the grass grew again. They were not gods, nor devils, they were human will made pure. The Mongols showed us that power can move mountains and erase civilizations. They proved that freedom, taken to its extreme, becomes fire. And as we stand centuries later, surrounded by the empires they inspired, one question remains: can humanity ever wield power without becoming the storm?